We are live at the Phoenix International Raceway on tap for race number 5 of this final season of NASCAR 21 Ignition. And in race number 5, we are set for the Instacart 250 at the Phoenix Raceway. An afternoon event, overcast skies, 78 degrees will be set for the temperature for today's race. This is going to be an interesting one as we go back to a short track for the first time this season. Our first 750 oval race of the year. Our only other 750 race on the season was on a road course of the Daytona road course in the second race of the season. And this is also our first 50% race out of 4 on the season as well. So only 156 laps for these drivers to try and put their car to the front of the field to get a win and a potential playoff spot tonight. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we're about to get into this one here today. Davion West, Tristan Games, Ashton G, DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream, guys. And this is going to be a very, very fun one here today with the sense of urgency on in our first 50% race of the season. I'm looking forward to this mainly because the 50% races seem to actually be really, really well for me, both in the career mode and the custom schedule season. I was able to win a couple. So maybe we can actually get a win today on an oval that is not a super speedway. So without further ado, let's go through today's starting lineup. Daniel Suarez will be on the pole. Cody Ware starting outside of the front row in second. BJ McLeod and Ryan Newman in row number 2. Alex Bowman and Kurt Busch in row number 3. Couple of Chevrolets there. Ross Chastain and Brad Keselowski in row number 4, with Josh Bilicki and Martin Truex Jr. rounding out the top 10 in row number 5. Nobody has won a race inside the top, it looks like 18, 20, top half of the field. Nobody has won a race between anybody in the top 20 in qualifying. The only 3 winners so far this year are Ryan Blaney, Michael McDowell at the Daytona Road Course. Blaney won the Daytona 500, and Kevin Harvick has won back-to-back on the mile and a halfs at Homestead and Las Vegas. We're on the road to Daytona, 15 days away from the Daytona 500. I will be there in person, be covering Speed Weeks at the racetrack itself with the predictions, the post-race analysis, other fun videos I plan on doing at the racetrack as well, getting you geared up for Daytona. Race highlight video from the grandstands for the dual races, the truck race, the ARCA race, the Xfinity race, and of course the Daytona 500 in a couple Sundays from tomorrow. Also, live commentary of the Busch Light Clash at the LA Memorial Coliseum will be live on the channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have all the statistics, all the lap times, all the running order as it runs throughout the commentary at 3 p.m. I will be doing realistic commentary for that as I did for the few races last year, and I will be doing that much more this year. So if you are a NASCAR fan and you want real NASCAR content, we're going to have much more of that as well in 2022. And then that again starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the heat races, followed by the last chance races, and then a little bit of a break for about an hour, hour and a half after those conclude before the main event 150 lap race will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing live commentary for every heat race, all the last chance races, the main event as well. You'll get to hear driver interviews and much more. I will also be taking a predictions video that should be uploaded onto the channel tomorrow morning. So what I plan on doing for the prediction videos going forward is doing a live stream about a half hour to an hour before the actual race starts leading into the race, but because tomorrow is a non-points race, I'm just going to do it a little bit different tomorrow. But for the points races, for any race that I'm doing live commentary for, like tomorrow's races, I will be doing a pre-race for it as well as a post-race. So getting the post-race analysis right afterwards. So all day sort of action, I guess, with that. But again, tomorrow's a non-points race, so I'm not going to do that tomorrow. I believe that's it for the intro. Let's just get this race underway. I know you guys are excited for some racing. Our final NASCAR video game live stream before real NASCAR takes place tomorrow. Of course, they're on the track tonight with some practice, some qualifying to set up those heat races, but I gotta unmute everything here. Hopefully I can get it unmuted in time. There we go. Run of the decks imaging paint scheme for the first time this year for Ryan Blaney. We will be starting last, no qualifying or practice. The stage is much shorter. Fuel window still going to be the full length as well. Expert difficulty for today's race, our first expert difficulty race of the year. We've been on champion the other few races. Stability help is on as well, with it being a 750 oval. And the green flag is in the air. We're underway at Phoenix. And with only 37 laps to go from the back to try and get in the top 10 for stage points on expert difficulty, Blaney is going to be pushing hard. Really see those rear tires sliding off the exit of turn 4 quite a bit. Really hope expert difficulty is not too hard. I like how we said 2 to go when we crossed the line on lap 2. All the way down to the apron went Ryan Blaney that time. Drives it deep on entry into turn 1. Nothing doing there. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream as well. Blaney's power sliding off the exit of turn 2 when he's trying to get back into the gas. I don't have any traction control on, but I do have steering assist on. I might have to change that. I usually have the traction control on as well, and I meant to have it on whenever I'm running the 750 ovals. It's causing the car to be a little bit on the loose side. We'll have to see how the long run speed... If I don't make any passes here, I will restart it. I don't like restarting it, but I have the wrong settings on here. Blaney finally going to make a move underneath David Reagan. 36. Blaney makes his first pass. I would imagine it's only going to be a 1 pit stop race today if they decided to pit at about halfway. I don't know exactly how long stage 2 will be. I would assume stages 2 and 3 will be a little bit longer than stage 1. So I'm not sure exactly what the pit strategy would be, if it's smarter to pit during the stage break or not to pit. It's like Alex Bowman is currently leading this race in the 48 car. Blaney's been going down to the apron into the dogleg a few times already. I'll have to see if this car is going to be faster on the longer run. Might go a little bit more than 10 laps just to really feel it out here first. It's been hit or miss with the cautions this season. We've either seen a lot in a race or barely any at all. Probably should have just went to regular champion difficulty too. I don't know why I decided to try expert. This track's usually too easy on champion. That's why I went to expert. There's no in between though. It's like you either throw it on expert or you're running 39th like I am right now. Granted, I don't have traction control on, so that doesn't help, but you either do that or you put it on champion and you just blow the doors off the rest of the field. Blaney's slowly creeping on some other drivers. Obviously not having the track position definitely hurt. Another power slide off the exit of turn 2. It's about the third time he has really had the rear tires slipping out from underneath him as he's standing back in the throttle. Blaney drives it really deep into turn 1. Washes up, has a run on Justin Haley in the 77, looks low. Drove it in pretty flat into turn 3. Haley on the outside. Joey Gase on the inside. Blaney power slides back into the gas. That time it was off turn 4. And now drives it all the way down to the apron into the dog leg, making the pass on Haley. Slide job in his way by the 53 of Joey Gase as well. Runs that middle lane, holds clear for 37. So Blaney's methodically trying to work his way through the field. Problem is, already approaching about 25 laps to go in stage 1. Yeah, expert difficulty is way too hard on this game. Champion's way too hard on some tracks. Most of the mile and a halves usually. Even though I did win a stage at Las Vegas, and once I made those adjustments after the first stop on the race, I was actually running really good. For a brief moment at least. There's a very good chance Blaney's just going to end up pitting at the end of stage 1 to get fresh tires. Try to take advantage that way. I don't think anybody else is going to pit. They may be able to make it to the end of stage 2 without even having to pit as well. It's perfectly possible. Big slide, almost got into the wall off turn 4. Risky, you don't want to blow a tire. Complex damage on. Blaney trying the middle to upper groove that time at turns 1 and 2. No PJ1 or traction compound like there would be in real life on the outside groove at Phoenix on both ends of the racetrack. Just trying something a little different. Lap time is actually a bit quicker than the lap prior. Washing out into the wall off of turn 2. Got back into the gas a bit too soon. Fortunate not to blow a tire as he pancaked it pretty good. That's a bummer. Yeah, I do know that 60 laps is about as far as you could go on fuel at Vegas just from prior experience there. 56 to 60s is the window. But yeah, you just have to run the race and hope that you don't run out, really. And if you run out, that's where I jot it down, and it's like, okay, I ran out of gas at this many laps, so I know not to run that many laps next time I race there. Lady down to the apron, into the dog leg. Gets around Anthony Alfredo. Drives it pretty deep into turn 1, slides up in front of Cody Ware for 35th. Blaney's really, really struggling with rear grip off the exit of turn 2. The way it's sliding up towards the wall. It's not like it's wanting to spin out, but it's sliding in a way that it's almost making the car feel a bit tight. It might be overbalanced because of the stability help. That's what I'm thinking. Lenny not going to get a good shot at stage points, though, in stage 1 today. He's doing what he can to gain as many positions as possible. He's still going to have to stay on the lead lap to the end of stage 1 no matter what happens here. That would be the worst case scenario as he goes a lap down. Well, he Mows the wall down again off turn 2. I don't know how he didn't spin out that time. Turn 2's been treacherous for him so far. Again, though, very fortunate not to blow a tire. That would have been a hit that logistically probably should have blown a tire, but it didn't. We're at lap 25 this time by for race leader Joey Logano. Blaney trying to tough it out today. I don't think expert difficulty was the right move, because there's a very good chance Logano is going to lap Ryan Blaney in the 12 before the end of this stage. Blaney's going to try to hold on for dear life, but no guarantees. Trey Irby, welcome to the stream. Anthony Alfredo, Cody Ware holding up Logano a little bit. I'm going to pause it for a second. I had a notification. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream as well. Well, good thing this is a 50% race with running expert difficulty today, that maybe Blaney does have a shot to finish this stage on the lead lap. $11 laps to go for Logano at the line. He's a few more seconds back now. He's still stuck behind Cody Ware and Anthony Alfredo. That's definitely buying Blaney a bit of time. Him getting into the wall twice has also put him a little bit further back, because he was right behind this giant group of cars in front of him. Logano's gotten by Ware, still working on Anthony Alfredo. I only do a few 50% races over the course of these seasons, and the rest 100, just to try to vary the length at tracks we go to multiple times if they're not already varied. Like Darlington, I'm not going to mess with. I'm not going to mess with Atlanta at all, because both of those races are already varied in length, 400, 500 miles for each of those. But the tracks I go to twice, like this one, Richmond, Martinsville, that are all the same, those ones, I'm counteracting one of the races to make it a little bit different from race to race, which I think NASCAR should do in real life too, to be completely honest. If they are going to go to a track multiple times, I feel like they should either run one in the day and one in the night, or change the lengths from one race to the next, which is why I'm down for Martinsville being 400 laps for the spring race instead of two 500 lappers. Keep one at 500. I'm all for dropping one to 400. Strategically, especially with the stages, makes it a lot more different. Blaney slowly catching the group of cars in front of him, and this is going to be big. 6 laps to go at the line in this stage for Joey Logano to win the stage. Martin Truex Jr. really ran him down after Logano got held up in lap traffic. Logano trying to get his first stage win of the season. And there are the top two. Blaney in the wall off the exit of turn 2. That was not ideal. There's the third time he's grazed the wall off the exit of turn 2. And here comes Logano and Truex to his inside. Blaney nearly spins out off of turn 4, trying to mash the gas and stay in front of Logano. That was a close call. Logano nearly got into the back of him. Logano to the outside is going to blow around Ryan Blaney, and Blaney is in trouble. He needs to get this lap back in the next couple laps. A lot more lap traffic to go through. Logano's already struggled with a couple lap cars. Blaney is nearly sideways off of turn 4. And he catches it. Just drove right out of it. It's like trying to drive a 410 sprint car. I didn't know this was my World of Outlaw 2002 video game. Oh, and he hooks the 33 of Cindric. And the Penske cars are down into the inside wall. Okay, so I'm going to do something real quick. Hang on, guys. I don't like restarting it. Especially after we finish a stage. Why doesn't it let you pause it when you're in the pits? It's because the game would crash otherwise? Probably. But I need to... I'm going to keep it on expert difficulty, but I need to turn the traction control on because after 30 laps, I was about ready to spin out a couple times there. Well, that's how I got into Cindric. I think the car would be a little bit faster with traction control because I'd have more grip. I usually have traction control and steering assist on for the 750 tracks. Usually. Let me go and change it. Unless it is on. If it is on, I kind of feel bad, but there's no way it's on. Yeah, it's off. That's what I thought. Medium. Yeah, I always have it on medium, and then the steering assist on medium on the 750 ovals. I thought it felt extremely loose for some reason. Well, I guess we're just going to restart the race. I should have just paused it after 10 laps like I said I was going to. But I was like, let's just leave it the same way it is. And then once I got to the point where I was practically spinning out off the exit of the corners. I only restarted it because I had the wrong settings. I think that's fair. Luckily, it's only a 50% race, so it's not like it's going to make the stream overly long either. I will still start last, so I'm punishing myself enough by starting last. And it's on expert difficulty still. I'm not knocking the difficulty down. Alright, we can skip this intro. I already did the intro myself. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get this race underway. Sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Suarez will be on the pole still for season statistics. Alright, 37 laps in stage 1. We know that already. I'm actually going to check the fuel window real quick, just so I know for future reference. Fuel window will be 72 to 84 laps today. That is interesting because that is right almost smack dab halfway. So this could potentially be a fuel mileage race. So 72 to 84 laps is the pit window at Phoenix. Traction control on high. Yeah, but on high it just drives the car for you. Like, it literally drives the car for you. I don't like that. On medium it doesn't really do it at all. You still have to drive the car yourself, but it is a lot more grip. I can already feel in the first turn already how much more grip the car's got. But now will the speed be there for Ryan Blaney? Again, we'll have to wait and see. At least they'll have the handling. White flag next time by. Alright. I guess we're almost done already. 14 people watch right now, 7 likes, just getting this thing underway. Had the wrong settings on. I usually have traction control and steering assist on for the 750 ovals in this game because it's nearly impossible, and I didn't have traction control on for the first stage. I was wondering why it was super loose, especially as the run was getting longer, so sorry for that. I don't like restarting it, but I kind of had to get the settings back to the way I should, but I'm not qualifying, so I am starting from the rear. I was going to do that anyway, but Guess it punishes myself a bit. Now going down to the apron will wear the tires out quite a bit more as well. Blaney closing in on Kaz Gralla in the 16, drives it extremely deep, pretty flat on entry into turn 1. Not quite going to be able to stay underneath Gralla for position. Still going to have a hard time trying to get stage points in the opening stage regardless. We're already 5 laps in, which means we only have 32 more laps to go this time by at the start-finish line. Blaney wants redemption after a tough finish at Las Vegas where he finished in the 29th position despite the fact that he ended up finishing 3rd at the end of stage 1 and won stage 2. He by far led the most laps, well over 100 laps led in the race, but in the final stage a game glitch happened where the lights turned on even though it was supposed to be a day race and not a night race, first and foremost. But when the lights turned on, the game went completely black and then it kind of turned back and then it went black again, and next thing you know we were in the wall while leading. Had to make an unscheduled pit stop. That put us a lap down from there, and then unfortunately we got ourselves in another accident which ended up putting us another lap down after the fact, but really derailed the 12 team after that first caution. It was something that you just got to kind of put behind yourself and try to make the comeback as it is and deal with the consequences, and he only put himself further behind, unfortunately. Blaney still gets into the gas a bit too soon and scrapes the wall off the exit of turn 2. Just talk about him blowing a tire. Doesn't want to do it again. Make it back-to-back races. Oh, the lights glitch happened when you're... Well, lucky for you. It happened when I was leading. Costing me the win. I'm thankful that there are stages that I was able to at least get stage points. Got 18 of them, so that does help the regular season points if you get a bad finish like that. Still not great when you have your other competitors running well, like Harvick already now has 2 wins on the season. So on speed, Blaney's not that much different than where he was running before. Even though the handling's a lot better. Blaney's been working that apron though lap after lap after lap. He could probably get away with it being it's a 50% race and there's only 37 laps in the opening stage. Again, it's our first 50% race out of 4 on the season. Our next one will not be until Martinsville. Or sorry, Richmond. Whatever comes first. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I was right the first time. Martinsville night race comes before Richmond. Those will be the next 2 50% races on the season. Both regular season races. Blaney underneath the 51 of Cody Ware. Drives it in deep, gets into the 53 car. Joey Gase making a bit of contact. Getting down to the apron. Blaney barely staying on the 52 of Balicki's left rear corner panel. Bit of contact between the 52 and the 12 that time. Blaney stays underneath into the dog leg, and he's got a gigantic run. Passing Matt Mills and Anthony Alfredo into turn 1 as well. Rides in line behind James Davison down the backstretch. And the apron helps Blaney clear Davison this lap up to 33rd. 32nd rather. Leaderboard was a little delayed there. Should at least help him stay on the lead lap, you would think, to the end of the opening stage. So it depends how the leaders are getting through the lap traffic. Blaney up to his teammate Cindric for 31st. Blaney going to purposely try the middle to upper groove this time in turns 3 and 4. Dives it all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Great setup move to get by his teammate. Nice clean pass for 31st. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. I did not watch it. What was I doing last night? Well, we streamed. After I streamed, I ate dinner and went to bed. I had to work today. I actually got that message like right before I went to bed, so I replied back. That's literally all I've seen. Actually, kind of forgot it was All-Star Weekend for the NHL, as well as Pro Bowl weekend for the NFL. Interesting that they have it in the same city. Aren't they both in Vegas? So we're past halfway through the stage. There's got to be no way, unless we get a caution and a restart, that Blaney's going to have any sort of a shot to get inside the top 10 to get stage points in the opening stage of this race. So now what you're looking at is, again, do you stay out or do you pit? The pit window is 72 to 84 laps. We don't know how many laps are going to be in stage 2 until stage 2 starts. You know, if you stay out, that everybody else is going to likely end up staying out anyway. So you can do the pit and get the tire advantage. Still probably have to pit in stage 2 anyway. Guess it just depends on how many more positions he gains before the end of this opening stage. I mean, if he's in the top half of the field, I think you have to take track position knowing the stages are shorter. Especially because he is getting a little bit better as this run carries forward. I actually got home from work like 15 minutes before I streamed, so I haven't seen anything of practice yet. I'll go and rewatch that tonight so I have some race notes going into tomorrow's live commentary. Gonna be doing a lot of homework the night before the live commentary races I'm doing this year for statistical purposes, so I have a bunch of facts throughout the course. Means I don't have an actual statistician team like the big networks of NBC and Fox do that help them with all their statistical analysis. Blaney underneath the 00 of Cody Ware, going down to the apron into the dog leg. That'll help him clear him on the front stretch for 28th. Blaney purposely going to run the middle to upper groove this time through turns 1 and 2. He's actually finding a little bit of grip up there. At least in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, he hasn't found a whole lot. He's trying it, though. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't quite work in turns 3 and 4 as well as what it does on the other end of the racetrack. Eric Almirola, Michael McDowell, Ross Chastain up ahead. At least a few seconds ahead of race leaders. Denny Hamlin was leading. Not sure if he still is or not. Blaney down to the apron into turn 3. Maybe a bit too flat. Ten laps to go, that time by in stage 1. Blaney briefly got to the inside of Almirola, but he couldn't stay there down the backstretch. As they enter into turn 3, again Blaney to the bottom, Almirola on the outside. Side by side into the dogleg still, and Blaney's actually going to power through, beating Almirola back to the throttle. Drives it deep into turn 3. A little slide job on Michael McDowell. Clear there as well. Blaney may get inside the top 20. I don't think he's actually quite going to get inside the top 20. I think he's a little bit too far behind there. Going for 25th on BJ McLeod. Close quarters racing off the exit of turn 2. Side by side. Just giving each other enough room. Blaney slides up in front of McLeod off the exit of turn 4. Ross Chastain not having himself a good day early on. I don't know, there's a big clump of traffic up here. I think there is still a chance that Ryan Blaney could get inside the top 20. Only 5 laps to go, though. Quicker laps here at Phoenix. That was a big power move into 1 and 2. Blaney goes up the track, sliding up in front of both Chastain and Newman, and they both kind of double cross him over. Blaney takes it 3 wide into the corner. Contact with Chastain as he gets sandwiched between Blaney and Newman. More lap cars to the outside as Blaney's going for every spot he can get. Dive bombs under Eric Jones. Barely clears him off the exit of turn 2. Custer grazes the wall. It's going to give Blaney a run now into turn number 3. Blaney trying to get inside the top 20. He's close. And he's got it, 20th at the line. So he has gotten through half the field in stage 1. He might be able to get Reddick for 19th yet. If this was a full race, he'd still have about half of the opening stage to go. May have a pace quick enough to get up there. Once the top 10 cross the start-finish line, the stage will come to an end. We currently have 2 laps to go in the stage, so pit road is now closed. So I'm sure the race leader's already gotten there. And the decision to pit or not to pit will be an interesting one, to say the least, during the stage break, especially for the 12 of Blaney. Got to have a really fast lap if he's going to want to catch Reddick for 19th. It's not going to be worth a point, so I don't think he's going to push too hard to get it. Again, once the top 10 cross the start-finish line, the stage will end this time by there it is. The leader just crossed the line. Blaney is still a few car lengths back of Reddick. Take a look at our Stage 1 results. Denny Hamlin will win the opening stage of the race here tonight. Joey Logano will finish in second. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. third. Chase Elliott fourth. Matt DiBenedetto rounds out the top five. Christopher Bell sixth. Kyle Larson seventh. Martin Truex Jr. eighth. Alex Bowman ninth. And Kyle Busch rounds out the top 10 in Stage 1. Take a picture of the stage results, and then we will get back to the action. So Blaney will pit during the stage break. 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments. Coming up for the 12 team. See if anybody else is in the pits. If not, Blaney will have to restart tail end of the lead lap. I can't imagine he's going to lose too many more positions. I'll probably end up restarting behind all the lap cars too, knowing this game, but we'll just wait and see. Blaney will have about 37 lap fresher tires than everybody else. Caution free through Stage 1 tonight at Phoenix. Okay, I was waiting to see if I was going to have control of my car. Had it right off the exit of turn 4. Oh, they're checking up big time. Caution! I was wondering why they were checking up. Caution is out into turn number 1 on the restart. Tough to tell who went around. Checking up on the restarts. Alright, well, Blaney's got control. Gonna try to take the launch. Nearly chopped off by Ross Chastain. Down to the bottom end of the first turn. Again, Blaney does have fresher tires. Everybody's gonna get through cleanly this time. So we had that spin towards the front of the field, which stacked everybody up on the restart. That also helped Blaney get around the lap cars. And now on the attack with fresher tires than everybody else in the field. Blaney wants to get a stage win for the 3rd time this season. I think he's got a very good chance to be able to do that. 57 laps in Stage 2. He's got plenty of time to get up here. If he could lap the field on top of it, that would be huge for when they go back on the same strategy for the final stage. He'll have enough fuel to be able to make it to the end of Stage 2, no problem, with pitting. As for everybody else, they could go about 84 laps at the most. And we'll have to see if they can make it to the end of the stage. Santiago Kid, welcome to the stream. Ooh, Kurt Busch almost got into the back of the 12. He drove it pretty deep into turn 3. 3 wide to the bottom goes Ryan Blaney, all the way down to the apron to make some passes as he now cracks the top 10 for the first time tonight. Drives it really deep into turn 1. Slide job on Larson and DiBenedetto as he gassed it up in the middle of the corner. Now off the exit, he holds clear of the 21, gets the drive with the fresh tires off to clear Kyle Larson with a block into 3. Up to 5th place with that power move. And now with a run underneath Stenhouse. Blows by him for 4th. Blaney wants redemption after a near win at Las Vegas. Ended up with a 29th place finish. He is on a mission. He knew starting last was not going to help him in Stage 1 with a 50% race. He was only able to get up to 20th. That restart came at a great time. Plus the fact he's got 37 lap fresher tires as he blows through these leaders. And now the move on Elliott for third. To the bottom of the racetrack and clear potentially. Yes, he is clear. Blaney going to go to the apron. Onto the front stretch. Should get around Hamlin, and he's going to send it into turn one under his teammate Logano for the lead. Easily done. Ryan Blaney will lead for the first time tonight at Phoenix. So fresh tires prevailing for now. "50 laps complete, leaving 106 laps still to go. Final stage is likely going to be a little bit longer than stage 2, but I still think it will be within the pit window. Blaney decides to pit during the stage break. And after no stage points in stage 1, a stage win would definitely go a long way in helping the regular season standings out. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in this race today. About the next dozen laps or so. Blaney's going to get into the back marker cars here very soon as well, with some lap traffic. Be a few days before we go back to NASCAR 21 Ignition. Our next NASCAR video game live stream won't be until Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our Budweiser Shootout on NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005, starting our Speed Weeks for the Cup Series custom schedule season there. Same weekend as the Busch Clash in real life, so kind of coincidental there. Nice how that all plays out. We've only had one caution for incident. It was on the restart to stage 2. That is the only caution we have seen so far, outside of the stage break itself. Couldn't tell who it was that got turned towards the front of the field into turn 1 on the restart, but somebody got turned. I believe there were 25 cars on the lead lap when this stage started. So all these cars so far that Blaney has passed are going a second lap down. If they weren't already 2 laps down. You also missed Denny Hamlin winning stage 1 as well. Ryan Blaney started last, got up to 20th. Of course, that's who we're racing as. Michael McDowell, first car, 1 lap down. Also, the last car, 1 lap down. In the 26th position. Blaney got it in the back of Cole Custer. Mistimed the giant run he had off the exit of turn 4 with the fresh tires. Not really a lot to say about this race right now, other than the fact that Blaney's got fresh tires, he's pulling away. We're almost halfway through stage 2 already. 57 laps at Phoenix, not very long. This entire race is only 156 laps, which is barely longer than the Truck Series race by just 6 laps. So it is definitely a short one. Blaney just trying to lap as many cars as he can before the end of the stage. Big clump of cars coming up here. He's just going to drive it all the way down to the apron. Onto the front stretch. Keselowski stuck in the lap traffic, as well as Kyle Busch. And Daniel Suarez. Blaney's got to take advantage on the 750 tracks this year. It's going to be a specialty with the stability help on the ovals and then the road courses. Road course, he got a stage win at the Daytona road course. That was unfortunately it before a DNF last place finish. It's been the only one so far. We have a lot more 750 tracks still to come, though. In fact, within the next handful of races, we have Martinsville, Richmond, and Dirt Bristol. Not in that order, but those 3 races will be coming up. And then back at Talladega, or on another super speedway at Talladega, and Blaney won the 500. He's had a picture-perfect race. Can he pull it off 2 super speedways in a row? On this game, that will be no easy task. When he just got to the outside of Kurt Busch. Busch gave him just enough room, and Kurt will now go a lap down. Billy Kramer, Andrew Soto, welcome to the stream. A lot of traffic. Blaney giving himself as much room as he could possibly give himself. Driving pretty flat down to the apron, a little side draft on the 48. As he clears Bowman into turn 1. Down to the apron again. Lapping Tyler Reddick. Stenhouse, Byron just up ahead. Stenhouse has had a great performance so far today. Top 10 in stage 1, currently still in 7th. He was 5th on the restart. Dropped back a couple positions. Larson's moved forward a couple positions himself. He was in 8th the last time Blaney saw him, now up to 6th. Byron thought about going low on Stenhouse. Blaney squeezes between the 24 and the 47. Now makes a move on Stenhouse as well with the much fresher tires, 37 laps worth. And now only 6 cars are on the lead lap. With still just over, looks like 24 laps to go now in stage 2 that time by. I don't think they are going to be able to make it to the end of the stage. I just don't see it happening. On fuel, they would... I mean, even if they went to the max, which would be about 84 laps on fuel, they're probably going to be just over 10 laps short. Now, we did have the stage break, which burned a couple laps, and then the caution burned about another 5 to 7 laps. So they may make it to... by my calculations, about 4 to 8 laps left in the stage. If they tried to push it all the way to the max, but that would still be short unless we get one more caution before the end of stage 2. We didn't have any in stage 1. We've already had one in this one. Truex trying to stuff it to the outside. He didn't have enough room. Blaney took the big dive down to the bottom to slide up in front of both lap cars, as well as Kyle Larson and Martin Truex Jr. Denny Hamlin back to 4th. He's struggling with lap cars. That stage break, although he didn't get any points leading into it, at least the first one, it was a blessing that he was able to get those fresh tires. And if he can lap the field before the end of stage 2, knowing that the free pass does not work in this game, that would be a gigantic plus for Ryan Blaney as well. Put him in the exact same scenario and situation he was in at the end of the Las Vegas race in stage 2 at least, where he wins the stage and has a lap lead on the field. We don't have to worry about it turning to night in this race, at least I hope not. I mean, it wasn't supposed to do that at Las Vegas either, but I guess we'll just run this out and hope that that doesn't happen again. 50% race might help not do that as well, even though it shouldn't do it anyway. Restall Cup, welcome to the stream. I'm doing great. Hopefully you're doing great as well. Elliott goes a lap down. Logano in 2nd. Trying to hold not only Elliott back, but Ryan Blaney, his teammate as well. Blaney to the bottom. Clears Joey Logano into the dogleg. And at lap 76, Ryan Blaney has lapped the field at Phoenix. On 37 lap fresher tires, the decision to pit at the end of stage number 1 was a great one. The better safe than sorry mentality paid off for the 12th team, at least for this stage. Now will it pay off to the end of the race? We'll be halfway in 2 laps. How hard is it to get the podium online racing in NASCAR? I'm not sure exactly what that is. Is that where you listen to like all the scanners? The driver and team audio? If that's not it, I don't know what exactly you're talking about. Trying to answer your question, sorry. Blaney about to turn Cole Custer. I have not seen a patch today. They didn't ask me about it when I turned my PlayStation on, so I don't think there's been a patch today. There was a patch a couple days ago, I know. I've had 2 small patches since the big one last week, I think it was. And we've got some drivers pitting before the end of stage 2. It's going to be interesting because that means that they are likely going to be able to make it to the end of the race because they are pitting about halfway. It's also allowing Ryan Blaney to put more laps on these guys. At least a 2nd lap. And Joey Logano right in front of him, probably 2 laps down, I'd have to imagine would be Logano. But now Blaney has about 40 plus lap older tires than everybody who is pitting, so they're all going to try to get their laps back. Blaney's just got to hope he doesn't get ran over. It's going to be tough without a rearview mirror. But if he can hang on, we know he's definitely going to win stage 2. We'll just have to wait and see where that puts everybody else. Blaney can definitely pit at the end of stage 2. I think it was 2 days ago when I had that patch. It was the last time I played NASCAR 21 Ignition. We played NASCAR 5 yesterday, so I'm guessing it was 2 days ago. But I do remember 1.44. 1.43 and 1.44 were like back-to-back days or something like that. Blaney down to the apron. Oh man, lap car. BJ McLeod coming out of the pits. We got lap cars pitting this time. Potentially Josh Bilicki. Blaney had to check up. He was 3 wide under Larson and Wallace. Allows Blaney to get through. Holding Larson up a little bit more, who's back to 8th place. I think Grala's still on older tires. Larson caught Grala in a terrible spot. Blaney can run the high side. Just in case Timmy Hill pits this time. Timmy Hill did not pit. Oh, Larson. Oh, makes contact with Blaney. And Blaney's going to block him down the backstretch and not let the 5 car through. Larson was trying to trap Blaney behind Timmy Hill, I'm sure, as a pick to try and get one of his laps back. Blaney's got older tires, but he's making it hard on Larson. Almost made contact again in the very next corner. Blaney going to go wide. He'll let Larson go this time. Bubba Wallace down to the bottom as well, also on fresher tires. No sense of battling too much and risking wrecking the car with just 8 laps to go in the stage. Oh, we do have a caution. Oh my goodness. Bubba Wallace checked up at the last second there, so caution is out. Caution will fly. Ryan Blaney will stay out of the pits. If we morphed right through Bubba Wallace under the caution. I thought we were just going to total the back of the 23 car. So caution is out right at the end of the stage. We're going to restart with, I believe, just 1 lap to go in stage 2. Green flag back in the air. Oh, man, contact between Reddick and Blaney. Sorry, 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go in stage 2. On the restart, Blaney stayed out of the pits. He will pit during the stage break. So that's the second caution we have had in stage 2. Yeah, it was weird the way they checked up before the caution came out. I've never seen that on this game. Usually it just kind of freezes at normal speed. And caution again, I guess. Ryan Blaney will win stage 2 under the caution flag. That's our 3rd caution of the race. And that is exactly how stage 2 will end. 3rd caution for incident, at least, all in the 2nd stage as well. But Blaney will get the stage win. 10 stage points on the day for him. That is his 3rd stage win of the year. 3rd playoff point for the stage win with his race win in the Daytona 500. That now gives Blaney 8 playoff points through the first 5 races. Tyler Reddick will go on to finish 2nd in stage 2. Alex Bowman 3rd. Matt DiBenedetto 4th. And Kurt Busch will round out the top 5. Chase Elliott 6th. Denny Hamlin 7th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 8th. Kevin Harvick 9th. Martin Truex Jr. will round out the top 10. So all those drivers will be getting stage points. Blaney was about to take the checker flag, the green-white checkered flag, in stage 2 off turn 4 when the caution waved. So unfortunately he couldn't roll the final couple hundred feet there, but oh well. Blaney will pit during the stage break. His 2nd stop of the day, and it should be his final stop. I believe everybody can make it on fuel, even those that pitted before the actual stage break. Be watching for qualifying for the heat race tonight. Yes, I would definitely plan on watching that. I think it starts at 8, so the stream should be over before the start of it, which was what I was planning with the 50% race tonight. I have to watch that so that way I have all my stats for tomorrow when we do the live commentary. Again, if you are just tuning in, not only like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, but I do live commentary for real races as well on the race weekend. Tomorrow will be our first of 2022. And it's going to be a fun one, the Busch Clash at the LA Memorial Coliseum. Have to watch out. Oh, yep, they're wrecking again. Our fourth caution of the race today. Blaney will stay out of the pits. He is the leader. I don't know why we were at the very back that time, but we will be at the front this time around. Green flag back in the air, and hopefully Blaney will be above the carnage. We're ahead of it now. 57 laps to go at Phoenix. Gonna get the launch on a little bit fresher tires. Not much. Excluding the caution laps, he's probably only got about 5 to 10 lap fresher tires. But they are a little bit fresher. .730, gotcha. Might not make it to the start of it then. Well, actually, 2 laps a minute. It'll be close. Might miss the first few cars. I think it just started at 8. Not sure who's all on the lead lap and who isn't. If Chase Elliott is 4th position, he's only 2 seconds behind Ryan Blaney. We have zero way of being able to tell. Until Elliott would pass Blaney. Blaney would hope that that doesn't happen. Elliott's still trying to get around Joey Gase right now, though, as well. The good news is Ryan Blaney's got some clean air to work with. So now we've seen 4 cautions per incident tonight. They've all been kind of on top of one another. 3 of them in stage 2 and then on the restart to the final stage. Blaney's got to be careful, though. Doesn't want to blow a tire as he scrapes the wall off the exit of turn 2. It's the second time he's hit the wall tonight. Off that same corner. So Blaney was able to win stage 2. He's barely over 50 laps away from the checkered flag. One that was presumably taken away from him with the game glitch, the lights glitch we had at Las Vegas 2 nights ago. Blaney's getting really tight. Off the exit of turn 4, he was pretty tight that time around as well. Elliott faster than Blaney that last lap. Again, Elliott may be a lap down. The way the cautions have been flying, though, he could drive up here, get his lap back, and then get another caution. Get right back on the lead lap if he is on the lead lap. Blaney going to go down to the apron, into the dog leg this time. Trying to find a way to get more speed to be able to pull back away from Elliott if he can help it. Yeah, Elliott is closing that gap pretty quickly as well. Denny Hamlin is in 3rd. He's still about 3.5 to 4 seconds back. Blaney going to try the outside in turns 1 and 2. That's not going to work, though. He's too tight. Had to lift off the exit of the corner. That's going to give Elliott a run down the backstretch. And a potential battle for the race lead coming up. Are you saying that this race might actually come down to the wire? I don't think we've ever had that on this game. Well, I guess we did in the Daytona 500. That and then Michigan on our custom schedule season are the only 2 races I could think of that actually came down to the wire. It's going to be interesting. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the final time in tonight's race over the next dozen laps as Ryan Blaney tries to defend Chase Elliott. And Denny Hamlin is closing in 3rd. Remember, he won stage 1. Blaney won stage 2, and Hamlin might even be faster than Elliott. Elliott's gotten to within a couple car lengths of Ryan Blaney. Blaney's hoping the car frees up a little bit as the run carries on because he's a bit on the tight side as we run right now. The clean air advantage is definitely helping because Elliott's gotten to within a few car lengths, but he can't get any closer than that. Blaney has to be perfect here. I don't think it's going to matter the way the 11 is closing in as quickly as he is. Blaney's definitely starting to run a little bit more consistent. And he's almost kind of gapping Chase Elliott once again, but Denny Hamlin is closing. Those 5 to 10 lap fresher tires have probably evened out by now, which is why Blaney doesn't seem to really have an advantage anymore. This race has definitely turned a bit interesting. Considering all the laps he led in stage 2, over half of that stage, if he can go on and lead a lot of laps in this one, this will be the second straight race he's led over 100 laps. And this one's only 156. But yet, as we get later and later, as this car gets tighter and tighter, as he had to lift off the exit of turn 4 and pedal the throttle again that time, can he hang on? Or will somehow, some way, Blaney find a way to not go to victory lane after winning stage 2 in each of the last 2 races? Blaney down to the apron. Into the dog leg, extremely close to the inside wall. He's using all the racetrack. Just trying to find whatever sort of speed he can. Doesn't want to go all the way down there too much. Risk wearing those tires out too early in this run. More lap traffic will be in the picture as well within the next few laps. Hamlin only a second behind Elliott. And there is a large pack of lap cars coming up. That is an absolute mess up here. Blaney doesn't want to get back into the gas and push too hard to pull away from these guys, because if he gets into the wall just once, that could blow a tire. As well, significant contact with another driver once he tries to get to this lap traffic. 40 laps to go at Phoenix. I don't think Blaney's going to have much room to get through this. It's a hornet's nest of lap traffic. They are 2 and 3 wide. Gano's in the middle of it. We know he's got a fairly fast car. Blaney held up off the exit of turn 2 as he gets to the inside of Kurt Busch. Dives under Alfredo. Didn't have a lot of room. Got pinched off a bit there. 3 wide on the inside. And Chase Elliott has caught the back of the 12 of Blaney. We'll go back to the far chase cam for the rest of this race. Things are heating up. Who will get through the lap traffic better? Everybody dealing with dirty air now. Elliott and Hamlin still caught. Blaney probably could have pushed a little bit harder that time. Underdrove it enough that kind of involuntarily went down to the apron, but it stuck because I didn't push it hard. Oh, contact with Newman, though. Again, you don't want to blow a tire. It's pretty aggressive contact. Nearly spun the 6th car around. But the last thing Blaney wants is a caution right now. Hamlin and Elliott are still stuck back in that pack for now, and Newman was going to charge hard into turn 3 underneath the 12. Blaney to the outside. Trying desperately to find a way to get around these guys. Wallace pulls up in front of him. Blaney checks up into turn 1. The tight race car, Blaney really does not want to be up here. But he's kind of trapped. He's not going backwards. He's kind of stuck in line. Pretty good exit to turn 4 that time. 3 wide on entry to the top again into turn 1. 3 by 3. Into turn 3. Oh, car into the inside wall. I think that was Alex Bowman. He bounced up into his teammate Larson, but they keep it going. 4 wide on the front stretch. Blaney almost into the wall. Flirting with disaster. He's trying to get through this mess. Stuart Hoscars to the inside. Almirola, Briscoe, and finally Blaney able to get down to the bottom underneath Quinn Houff. Never easy with this game. Blaney desperately just trying to ride off into the sunset. Clears his teammate Cindric. He's got about 5 more cars and he'll have some clean air again. He definitely got through that traffic a lot better than both Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott. Blaney to the apron. Underneath the 7th place car of Bowman. He'll go a lap down, if he wasn't already a lap down. Well, that will buy Blaney a little bit more time. 30 to go this time by as he stretched that lead out over Elliott and Hamlin, who were right on his back bumper when that lap traffic started. Blaney definitely got through it better than everybody else. It was a risk to go to the outside, but it was actually what paid off for him to get away from the traffic and get off the bottom where everything was clumped together maybe the most. And backing everything up. Bowman's not done yet. He's challenging back with the 12. He is in 7th after all. Do you imagine if he just turns us for his teammate Elliott? Bowman's definitely going to try to battle Blaney, I would have to imagine. Even if he goes as much as just battling the 12, it could bring Elliott back into it eventually. He's going to have to battle him quite a bit, though, because we've only got 27 laps to go. Blaney can't be worried about Bowman. He's just got to race on. Bowman also potentially trying to get back on the lead lap, so that's also what he's racing for in case we get a late caution. Bowman did lead briefly earlier in the race. Scored a lot of stage points. Finished 3rd at the end of stage 2. He was top 5 in stage 1 as well. First spot in the chat all night long. We almost got to the end of the race. Came so close. Remember, Phoenix is the championship. Blaney can make it there. That's going to be the hard part. We didn't do it on our first 2 seasons. The custom schedule season knocked out in the round of 12. Career mode died on me in the round of 8. We had a 19-point cushion above the cutoff line going into the second race of the round at Kansas. So who knows if we would have made it or not. Knowing my luck on the mile and a halves in this game, our cushion probably would have been down to 0 or negative going into Martinsville. So for that, Blaney definitely trying to build up as many playoff points as possible as he looks for his second win. It's also big because Kevin Harvick has already gotten 2 wins this season. Leads the regular season point standings over Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin coming into this. Blaney's scoring a lot of stage points, even though he's not getting a lot of great finishes, excluding his Daytona 500 win, which is still his only top 10 finish on the year. Through the first 4 races, he has 3 stage wins, and he scored stage points in 6 of the 8 stages so far this season. So it's at least keeping him in the top 10 in the regular season standings. Well, now a stage win again today. Unfortunately, he had his 3rd stage in which he also did not score stage points in stage 1, but that's because he started at the back and he only had 37 laps in the opening stage. Next race on this season will be back east at Atlanta, and our West Coast swing will come to an end. Towards the beginning of this season, it's going to be a 500-mile event at the Atlanta Motor Speedway next week on the channel. 3x3 lap traffic coming up one more time, at least one more time in this race. Running to the outside of the 53 of Joey Gase. So the Moen and the DEX paint schemes are the 2 I've won with so far, assuming I win today. I'll have to keep that in mind come the playoffs. Chase Elliott's in this group of lap cars. I don't see Denny Hamlin in there. Actually, I think I do. He's 3 wide middle right now. So this is the same group of cars that Blaney blew by. And Elliott and Hamlin are still stuck in it. That is unbelievable. But you better believe it. Because here comes Blaney, and he wants a chance to lap the field again. And if we do get a late caution, he's in a much better position. Hamlin to the outside of Elliott off of turn 4. They're side by side for second. Blaney quickly gets by his teammate Brad Keselowski. Hamlin up the middle, 3 wide. Elliott squeezes him, trying to hold on to second. They're still side by side for second place, and as they race each other with only one more lap car up the way in front of them, Blaney pushing hard down to the apron. He wants to get to those 2. Saw 2 cautions at the end of stage 2 in the final 10 laps. One that ended the stage and one that set up a green-white checker with 2 to go in the stage. Elliott and Hamlin still side by side. Harvick is actually up to second, so somehow Harvick has been able to get around the 11 and the 9. It's going to be 3 straight top 2 finishes for Kevin Harvick. This is his best racetrack statistically. He's the all-time winner at Phoenix with 9 career wins at this racetrack. Majority of them coming with this configuration. Maybe not with the necessarily with the front stretch where it is now, or the start-finish line where it is now, but as far as no grass through the dog leg and that being open, Harvick has over half of his wins at this racetrack. Spotter trying to rap or say something? Both. He's got a side gig during the week. Spotter on the weekends, rapper Monday through Fridays. Found his real passion during the COVID pandemic. Blaney almost got around Elliott. Elliott got shot out of a cannon off turn 2 because now he works to the inside of Hamlin. Trying to use the lap cars as a pick. Hamlin's going to go a lap down. And Elliott's going to get picked behind Daniel Suarez, and he goes a lap down. Suarez crowds Ryan Blaney. I think he saw the 9, but he didn't see the 12. 12 laps to go this time by. Blaney to the inside of Harvick, 3 wide. Drives it pretty deep into turn 3. Not a lot of room. Contact with the 24. A little too aggressive by the 12 that time. He's got a big lead. If he gets through this lap traffic, I don't think he's going to have heavy lap traffic the rest of the race. And now he's got a 1-lap lead on the field, at least. Blaney clear off of turn 2 on Briscoe. Gano's really falling back. He was second at the end of stage 1 and led some laps early in the race as well. Still in the top 10, running in 10th place. Probably a couple laps down. And Keselowski in 15th, so Blaney the only driver by the end of this race in winning contention for Penske. Cindric was 31st the last we saw of him. That was all the way back in stage 1. Logano up the middle, 3 wide. How do you make that move work? He's trying to hunt down whoever's in 9th. Every point matters for the regular season standings. Helps earn playoff points. If you do finish in the top 10 in the regular season points. Speaking of playoff points, with this being the second win and 3 stage wins on the year in the first 5 races for Ryan Blaney, that'll give him 13 total playoff points. Not counting where he's at in the regular season standings when the race concludes tonight. Currently comes in 8th. I'm sure he'll move up a couple spots with it still being early in the season. It's pretty tightly compacted. Another solid points day, getting 50 points total out of a max 60. Hamlin able to get back to second place around both Elliott and Harvick. See if he can hold on to the finish. Wonder if we go to overtime if everybody else will be able to make it on fuel. We know Blaney's still good because he was the only car that pit during the stage break. A lot of these other drivers pit just before the end of stage 2. Blaney could probably go 5 to 10 laps further on fuel. Which, I mean, we only have 6 laps to go this time by, so assuming nobody starts to pit here in the next lap or 2, Blaney should easily be good to the finish. I mean, it's 62 laps. There's no reason why he can't make it anyway. Plus, we had that caution at the beginning of the stage. Between that, the couple cautions we had at the end of stage 2, I don't see why the AI can't make it either. Should have been able to save enough. Bit of a slump after winning the Daytona 500 as far as race finishes go for Ryan Blaney. But with 5 laps left at Phoenix tonight, He is on course for his second win of the young season. Momentum heading towards Atlanta, a track he won at in real life in the spring in 2021. This is the 2021 schedule. Can we do it with Ryan Blaney in repeat history? May have to challenge Kyle Larson for the win, like he had to in real life late, but we'll see if he can pull off the strategy. It's going to have to be a little bit different from what I ran at Vegas to score all those stage points because the race is a little bit longer, 500 miles versus 400, so the stages are going to be longer. So I don't know if I could split it in half. Might have to try a two-stop strategy. Have to wait and see how that plays out. So we know tire wear is going to be very crucial at old and bumpy Atlanta. Three to go. 3 more miles. Logano is closing in on Larson for 9th. We'll see if he gets there. He's got a couple more laps. Jacob Shipman, welcome to the stream. Larson's got a lot of lap traffic in front of him as well. I think Logano's got a shot. Blaney just got the word that he's low on fuel. I don't know how accurate that is. It shouldn't be accurate. It should go at least 74 laps on fuel, so. Ryan Blaney will be coming to the final lap. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Blaney. Logano chasing Larson in the lap traffic. He's closed in a bit more. He's going to have a whole nother lap to get around, and we won't get to see the end of that battle. But they are bumper to bumper. Blaney not even going to get to the inside of the lap cars in front of him off the exit of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Ryan Blaney wins at Phoenix, his 2nd win of the season. Out in the desert, Blaney wins at the track that will be hosting the championship. 5 laps. What the heck? Did the field... How did we win by 5 laps? I was thinking maybe 1, 2 at the most. I'm guessing we had some scoring errors with all those cautions that we had. I would not be shocked if that was the case. We had 4 cautions for incident today. I would not be surprised, plus the 2 stage breaks, but we know stage 1 was normal. Stage 2 might have been, but even if it wasn't, I mean, honestly, I could see that. We had 4 cautions. They probably lost a lap under each caution. They lost a lap under each caution, and then I lapped them once in that final stage. That's my guess. That would make up 5. Well, regardless of the fact Ryan Blaney would have won, whether it was 1 lap or 5 laps, still Blaney wins at Phoenix nonetheless. Old school Richard Petty, yeah. Picture time. We will get to see Victory Lane as soon as I take a picture of the race results. I'm doing the points myself on this race now mode, so that way the career mode doesn't have a chance to reset on me. Yeah, Richard Petty would be... Scoring does not make sense. Yeah, it does not. And then Austin Dillon was the only driver that failed to finish this race here tonight. I think he was involved in that very first accident in stage 2. Start of stage 2. First race with Dex Imaging as a sponsor, and Ryan Blaney's able to get him to victory lane. Ryan Blaney looks like he's 16 in this game. It kind of looks like him, but it also looks like an average 16-year-old. Find that funny. Alright, that is going to wrap things up here tonight. You know what that means. That means the next live stream will be the live commentary of the Busch Light Clash at the LA Memorial Coliseum tomorrow afternoon. We're going to kick things off right here on the channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be on the lookout for that one. Have that notification bell ready. I'll be doing live commentary for the race. We'll have the driver interviews. We'll have the live scoring up on the channel as well, with telemetry going along with that as far as lap times go, fastest lap times, as well as the actual leaderboard itself. So I will be doing live commentary of the heat races at 3 p.m., followed by the last chance races immediately after that, and then we will also be doing the main event race, which starts at 6. Probably going to do 2 separate streams depending on how much time is in between the last chance race and the main event. I'm guessing it's probably going to be an hour to an hour and a half break. If that is the case, then I'll take a break. That's probably when I'll get my food for my dinner, I guess, in between the streams. So you'll probably plan on 2 streams tomorrow, but I will be covering all the action on the channel. Predictions video for the full season came out last night. Check that out if you haven't already. My playoff predictions. I also predicted the winner of every race this season. I had 5 correct in 2020. The first time I did that when I first started the channel. Last year I had 5. Trying to get 6 this year with that. And then on the week-to-week predictions, 2 years ago I had 9. Last year, I believe I had 6, and then so a little bit of a step back. Hopefully, I can get to 10 this year and break my record on the week-to-week picks. But I guess my first week-to-week pick will be tomorrow for the Busch Clash. That'll be a bonus one, though. If I miss it, it won't count against me because it's not a points race. But we'll see. I'll see you on Monday night due to watching it on Main Fox. Well, you can still watch it with me, but I understand. Yes, the race is on Main Fox tomorrow if you did want to watch the actual race as well. But I will see you guys in the chat for tomorrow's events. Thanks for watching. Also have a predictions video for the Busch Clash itself sometime tomorrow before the race as well, so be on the lookout for that. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your Saturday night.